In this video, our aim is to show you our vision of how companies within our cluster can work together, reducing carbon emissions and costs. As shown earlier, our hub features a die caster and a smelting facility located next to each other to fully capitalize on each other's processes. The processes begin in our recycling center with the furnace. The charging station is loaded with scrap aluminium and is then loaded into the rotating furnace. The rotating furnace creates a high temperature environment to melt the metal, doing so efficiently in both energy usage and time. Once the aluminium has been melted down to its liquid state, it is unloaded into the pipeline that takes it to a storage facility. There are two routes in which the aluminium can take. First, we will be following the one that takes it direct to the die caster. The benefit of this is the die caster is now no longer required to reheat and melt aluminium in-house, but rather has access to a ready supply during production periods. The aluminium is directed to the holding furnace, with the contents easily accessible for the casting process. The molten aluminium is discharged and transported to the industrial die-cast units. It is then distributed into the die caster, where it is sent to the cast through a plunger which fills the cast at high pressure. Once it has been cooled, it is removed, dressed, and moved to the distribution area, along with any rejected materials that did not pass quality control being sent to the internal conveyor. This internal conveyor takes the waste aluminium back to the beginning, thus removing the need for transportation. The circular economy continues with the component manufacturer. Here the parts produced are developed using CNC machines and lathes to the desired final product. Any offcuts from these processes are then reloaded onto the trucks and returned to the beginning. This massively reduces the amount of transportation needed for these processes, reducing carbon emissions or maintaining production efficiency. Returning to the start, the furnace has a second distribution nozzle at the rear, which unloads the melted aluminium into another pipeline, which takes us to the main holding furnace. From here, it is distributed to a purpose-built cog wheel, which loads the aluminium into the casting bars. These casting bars are transported and moved along the conveyor belt, cooling in the process. Upon reaching a sufficient stage of cooling, they are knocked out of the casting bar and then moved along a conveyor to a pool of water for final cooling. Upon leaving the water, they are stacked to equal piles and placed to one side, ready for distribution to external buyers. This entire process is a form of industrial symbiosis we like to call zero carbon circular economy. This process can be implemented to a wide range of different industries, helping reduce carbon emissions.